Hey guys, thank you for coming back with another formation, and we're going to be looking at the guns a slot offset, and I believe this is going to be the one formation that most people are going to want to stay in as their base offense when it comes to this 1-2-2 personnel. It just has a lot of good plays as standalones when it comes to running and passing when it comes to this formation. Let's go over the run plays. Inside zone is going to be where it starts. This can be cut inside or outside, which is really nice to be able to kind of give a dual threat depending on what you're looking at. You're going to have the outside zone, which I really do like as well when it comes to, being able to keep the ball inside when you cut it inside when it comes to what we showed you in the last video. And then we've got the power O, which is definitely a nice ability to run it to the right side as a changeup to be able to make sure that they have a little bit of a worry on that side of the field. And then you got the O1 trap. And so you basically got in this playbook formation, you're going to have an inside presence, an O1 trap on the right side. You're going to have an outside presence with power O on the right side. You're going to have a somewhat inside presence on the left side that can team up as an outside presence with the inside zone. So you basically got them all covered here. So because inside zone is the audible, we're going to start off with outside zone. So with the outside zone, guys, what you're going to see is that you're going to run it very similar to the last video that we showed you, where you're going to kind of want to look at trying to cut it back to the inside a good amount of times because of the way it gets strung out. Really gives you that opportunity to kind of do, kind of keep it as is, kind of go up the field and get some really good yardage. Now, you can use these wide receivers in your benefit for some type of cross blocking, where you can go ahead and take this receiver, kind of let him go to the inside a little bit, and you can see that you kind of get a cross block with that player. And I'll show you basically what that does is that gives you the opportunity to allow your players to kind of reach block to the left. If that guy comes in and he's motioning, now number 80, his responsibility tends to go to the outside. So he's going to go that way with him. And what you're going to see is basically as they went ahead and crisscrossed there, we were able to get that inside block with 12, and then he went up there. You can see how it worked. So depending on which way the guy reacts, you definitely want to have him, if he goes inside, then 80 will pick up the outside player. If 12 goes ahead and goes to the outside, he's going to have an inside block, which is really going to help us do what we want to do by cut it inside. So that's basically how that would work. Now let's go ahead and look with the second receiver here. Move him in. We're going to hike it as he passes the first receiver here. And you can see again that we're going to have that ability to kind of keep this ball inside. You just see the big holes. Now it's really tough for a user to kind of maneuver through basically the players to get to the ball carrier just because of the way it all works. And you can kind of see how we were able to just get some really good yardage. Now, Freeman's obviously not as fast as a Tevin Coleman, but I like to use him for his agility. So I kind of go back and forth with my guys if I'm using the Falcons. In a mutt situation, I'm usually going to use somebody like a Todd Gurley or somebody with 91 agility. That's what I like in a running back because it reacts to the left stick of the direction you want to go to them quicker. So if you ever see why does some people have crazy stick and they're able to go in and out of people, typically speaking, it's going to be a 91 agility or above player. So I just want to give you that tip as we're doing this. And that's really what I like when it comes to picking my running backs. And you're going to see again, we're going to be able to kind of just keep that ball inside. That's what the outside zone does. Now let's go to the inside zone. And you're going to see the inside zone has the ability to do both. You can keep it inside, and you can see how we can kind of really get some good yards as far as some hard, tough yards when you need it on the inside. And then you're going to be able to kind of keep it outside when you have that ability as well. So that's keeping it inside. And that's what the inside zone is supposed to do. It's a zone play. It's supposed to really be able to read the blocks. Actually, that's the outside zone. I didn't audible. But that's really what it's supposed to do. It's really supposed to be able to give you that option. Now, you also have that ability to get outside when you get some seal-off blocks. See how that works? So I prefer the inside zone to go more outside of a threat than the outside zone. So if you're really trying to get to the outside, the inside zone does a much better job of doing some seal-off blocks. You see how we were able to start outside and then we saw the hole and we took it? That's really what you're looking for. You're really looking to see, I can go outside, but when the hole develops, when am I gonna go ahead and do it? So I'm staying outside. That time we got some block shed and basically the wide receiver didn't hold his block, but you can definitely see where we're looking to do it. Now you can definitely go ahead and do some motion with these players as well. I prefer that if you're going to try to go outside, not to demotion them, but you can definitely do the same thing we were doing before, where you want to keep it inside and kind of use that player as a cross block. I'll show you maybe with a little bit more success this time. And let me see here. I didn't change my play, so I'm just going to go ahead and run a play and then get over it. All right, so let's go back to the inside zone. And what you'll see here is when they do the cross block, you're going to be able to keep it more inside. You're kind of giving up the outside leverage part, but you can see that, you'll be able to kind of get more inside presence when you do that. So just something to throw in there and kind of work that out. Now, let's go look at the other plays here and show you what we can run on this. We got the O1 trap and the power O, and it's going to give us the option to kind of go inside outside with this. Okay, so let's start off with the O1 trap, and like I said, we'll just pick anything here, and it's the same thing we showed you before. You want to be patient on this. You want to be able for that guy to kick out that block, and then you're going to be able to go. Now, this is my favorite 0-1 trap in this book. We've showed you a couple others before, but this one, because you've got double tight close to yourself, and you've got the spreading of the defense, this one seems just to be just a nice a quick hitting play that really gives people some trouble, especially if they're defending 0-1 trap. Most people are going to do is they're kind of going to spread their linebackers a little bit, and they're going to take this player and they're going to try to shoot this gap. Okay, now if they do something like that, you're going to see that the 0-1 trap is really going to give you a nice option to kind of go to a hole that's not there, that's created by their aggressiveness. Now, if they base align this and they put this guy here, and that's basically who they're going to shoot with, so I'm just basically going to kind of show it that way, you're going to still see that you're going to have that ability to kind of go right up that little gap and have some really nice opportunity with this 0-1 trap. That's why I honestly probably call the 0-1 trap a little bit more than the outside zone, inside zone combination, only because I kind of feel like it's just a tougher play to stop, and you got to make them prove that they can stop it, right? Now, then the other play is going to be the power O, which is definitely just a nice ability to throw in there, just to make sure that people don't kind of overload the left side of the field. If they feel like, you finally get to the point where that, and I'll do the same thing with kind of do some type of, decoy motion this way with that player, and now you go into this side, it's really not going to be something that you're going to really go for a big home run threat, but it's definitely there. You can definitely do the motion to where now you're motioning the outside receiver all the way out, or the inside receiver, doesn't matter, and trying to get, this type of outside seal block, and you can kind of keep it inside. That is definitely an option for you. It really depends on, really what your defender user does. But for the most part, you definitely have the opportunity to kind of just tagging along on this, go inside, outside with it. And this is really, like I said before, just a throw-in type run to be able to make sure that they know that you can run this ball to the opposite side from this formation to where they can't go overload. You should not expect this to be a home run. You didn't expect this to be, the end-all be-all when it comes to runs, but it definitely gives you something where now they can't overcommit, and now you might be able to get better runs to the left side of the field because they have to, at least in the back of their mind, hesitate before they do it. So let's go look at what we can do as far as motioning to other runs. Now, we can definitely go to the pistol ace. So with the pistol ace, we're going to take the slot receiver, we're going to motion him to the right-hand side, and then as soon as he gets over there, we're going to go ahead and go to the pistol ace. Now, a lot of times when we're doing a lot of these motions, it's going to take a little bit more time because of getting in and out of play calls and whatever. I like to do a lot of this stuff on hurry up, quick, basically, no huddle situations. Something to where I've got them in a defense, and I want to put a lot of pressure on them. I don't do it every single, I'm not a no huddle guy all the way down the field, but if you've got the ability to, you catch them in a defense, they know, that they don't want to be in because you just slashed them, or maybe it's a blitz, like, say like the Crossfire 3, where it's a typical defense that they've got two people blitzing, which way they're coming, they're looping from the right to the left, and you want to run to the right side of the field. Then you can go ahead and do, run a play, call a no huddle situation, and now you're in and out of formations because you know your formation so well. That's kind of one of those things that I like. So with this, you motion that guy over, now you have the ability to do the right run and, basically get some good yardage to the right because of the fact that everything goes left, and you can audible to the pistol ace halfback zone, either in a no huddle or, if you call your play quick enough, then you're going to be able to, do it as you go. Now, the second motion is just taking the same guy over, moving over here. I'm going to go to the gun ace offset. So it's basically very similar to this formation, just the difference is one's a slot and one they're spread. And then you can definitely go just to the inside zone. This is going to work best when it comes to, doing your pass plays. But you can also do as a strategy, because it looks like it's motion, I can go right here and just do gun ace offset, right? And I can pretend like I'm on that player, and then I just go do gun offset. Now it looks like it's in motion. The guy looks like he's in motion, but we're in a different formation right now. So when it goes to that, finally gets to that spot, we can definitely have already changed our pass play you know, and basically make sure that we're able to go. You know, what I mean by that is, like, say we're here, we want to do corner strike, right? So we do that. It looks like we're in motion, and now we're already putting A on a drag, Y on a drag, you know, whatever the case is, Y on a streak, and you're already ready to go by the time that guy gets there, and now you're able to throw your ball. And let's just get down here and, you know, kind of use your audible for your motion, if that makes sense, if you want to do it that way. So it just gives you a little bit quicker of an option. So say your intention the entire time was to run to the left, you just want to kind of mix it up. All right, we'll call gun ace offset inside zone. This guy looks like he's motioning over. And then now we're going to go ahead, once it gets to the other side, we're running to the left-hand side because that is what it would have been, right? So that's kind of how you can use that play as a motion for you. Now, the last one is single back wing slot. And what you're going to do is you're going to take this left tight end, you're going to motion him to the right. This is a little bit shorter of a motion, so you can get this one a lot quicker. And then you go to the single back wing slot. And now we went from being only able to run to the left with success. Now we're going to go ahead. Maybe we didn't like what they did, or we can just go right back to the left with the playmaker if they didn't adjust it. And now we're going to go ahead and get some good yardage that way. So that's basically how we get in and out of those formations and kind of make them work, guys. Appreciate it. We'll catch you on the next video.